Brothers and sisters, very quickly, I want to talk to us about being grief triggered by loss. Being grief triggered by loss. Because as a student and follower of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we believe in the judgment. However, we believe that this first judgment will take place as God has revealed in America. And judgment is accompanied by loss. And loss based on the situation in the individual can trigger grief. And although none of us knows how we will handle loss, we do know that we will experience a variety of emotions as we work through the process of our loss. Now, whenever we lose someone that's close to us, the unexpectancy of the loss or the loss in general can cause us to feel numb, angry, depressed, and even bitter to such an extent that we begin to question ourselves and even God. Because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has said to us, who wants to be separated from a loved one? Who wants to be separated from a loved one? However, since God is the giver of life and the ultimate causer of death, he knew that death was going to separate us one from another. And although it is natural to feel sorrow for the loss of a loved one, it is improper to grieve, because grief is like a cancer. But why do we grieve? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught us that when we cannot understand God's will in bringing us here and returning us to himself, then we grieve because we are not at peace with what Allah God has caused to happen. And if we are not at peace with God, it becomes a terrible event in the life of those who are left behind. But Allah God is so merciful, so teaches the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that in our body, God has already arranged for the struggles of life and made it possible for us to make it through that which would break us down. Because Almighty God, Allah, knew that we would face struggle. He knew that we would face loss, fear, and death. So inside of our brains, he gave us hormones that secrete certain chemicals that take us through grief, trauma, and shock. And these hormones are like sedatives that calm us down. So when we lose someone we love, we don't need to go to the liquor store. We don't need to go to the dope merchant. We just need to reach in and reach out. May God bless us and comfort us in handling our loss. Assalamu alaikum.